Shalom. This week's Sedra is Sedra's Vayera. While he will forever be known as the first to teach the world about monotheism, Avraham was characterized really by his chesed, by his kindness towards others. Avraham had an open house built with 4 doorways so that he could notice when any travelers were passing by, invite them in for a warm meal. That's exactly how this week's Sedra opens up. The Torah reading opens with God appeared to Avraham in the plains of Mamre, really not so far from where I'm standing right now. And he was sitting at the entrance of his tent when the day was hot. Avraham lifted his eyes and saw that there were 3 men standing before him. And he saw and he ran toward them from the entrance of his tent, and he bowed himself to the ground. The opening verses are curious, for they are somewhat repetitive and describe Avraham taking 3 steps in response to noticing strangers walking by. We are told twice that Avraham noticed the strangers and told that he saw them, ran towards them, and prostrated himself to them. How do we explain the great detail that God used to describe Avram's actions? In his commentary to this verse, Rashi asks, why does God write that Avram saw the men twice in this verse? The first time God wrote that Avram saw, it meant that he literally saw the men coming. He actually saw them, exactly what the words say. The second time God wrote that Avram saw the 3 men, God meant that Avram understood. Avram observed that the 3 men were standing in one place. And he understood that they did not wish to burden him. Although they knew that he would come out toward them, they stood in their place out of respect for him, to show him that they did not wish to trouble him, and he went out first and ran toward them. The Radak, an early commentator, explained that Avraham perceived that there was something unique about these 3 visitors. While he didn't know that they were actually angels, he recognized that there was something special about them. He bowed out of respect for the greatness that he perceived in these men. A superficial look at this episode would show that Avram's chesed was limited to his invitation and serving of a meal. Upon further study, Avram's chesed is seen much greater when one recognizes that he took little steps to make his guests feel special. Chesed isn't just about feeding people. Chesed is about making people feel unique and cared for. Each of Avram's actions were designed to make his guests feel special. Avram didn't see the travelers as just some passing travelers. He understood their hesitancy in taking advantage of his hospitality. Avram perceived people's fears and needs because he genuinely cared about others. To ensure that they felt comfortable, he ran towards them. And to show them proper respect, he bowed down to them. Avram understood that true chesed means meeting a person's physical and emotional needs. His actions and perceptions are models for how we need to treat other people also. We need to meet people where they are. We need to meet not only their physical needs, but their emotional needs as well. It's a high task, but one that our ancestor Avraham showed us exactly how to do. Shabbat Shalom.